I thought you were doing work.
Look what I got.
Another one. They're still producing.
Yeah.
Good for you. Is that for me? You little brat.
That's so good. So good.
You're a bad girl. Go away.
So it's mid-August, and here is my garden. And for the first time ever, I am going to plant a fall garden. Just something I've never done, but let's go take a closer look at everything, and then I'll tell you what I got planned. And I have that Kajari melon, which is starting to flower, so I'm hoping to get at least one melon out of that this year. I'm going to start that much earlier next year. And then I've got these beets in here. They're pretty tiny. I don't know, Bunky, what do I need to feed these to get them to bulk up? Or do I need to replant them and get them back down in the dirt? Because look at how tiny they are. Or do I just need to leave them? Well, there's a couple that are a little bit bigger, but I don't know. Tell me. Anyway, here I've added a bunch of blood meal in here on this side here and down in that front spot down there. And this is going to be my onion bed for over the winter. Found that when I put my onions out there, they don't do so good. They seem to just burn up because it's much hotter. And I know we're going into winter, but I still think that this is going to be a better place for them, for the ones that will winter over and sprout in the spring. I won't have to worry about them so much. Those ones in the back are still just little teeny tiny carrots. Those were some really old seeds, so I don't know if that had anything to do with it. My pepper plants have been suffocated by the tomatoes, which are so heavy they're breaking the branches of all of my tomatoes. Look at these. Look at some of these giants that I got over here. Now we get to the jungle, right? I poured little strawberries down here in the bottom. They're still putting out strawberries, but yeah, look at these tomatillas have just gone crazy. And in here, so we've got the black crim back there, and then some more of those, what's supposed to be a bush tomato. I thought they were black crim, but they're not. The ones that are in the very back there are different from these ones that are here. And then we've got the tomatillas, and oh my gosh, look at this celery. You can hardly see the celery anymore because of the tomatillas, because they're just monstrous. But look at this celery. It's, I don't have a tape measure on me, but it's like as high as my waist. I'm gonna win the Tall Celery Award for Shed Wars. Look at, I came out and found some more tomatoes today. I really gotta dig back here and look for them. Trimming off these tomatillas didn't stop their wild, crazy growth at all, so I don't know what to do about them. They're just wild. Anyway, I guess I'll just keep them caged in. Harvest what I can. So I have taken most of the beans out, and I think I'm going to pull the rest of the beans out today. They're not quite completely dry, but I think I can put them on my air dryer while they finish up drying, and I can get this bed ready to do whatever I'm going to do with it over the winter. And you can see I just let the leaves all drop in there, and I'll come and just work all of that in. So, and look at this catnip. I guess I need to trim that back. It's about, the bees are still liking on it, so that's why I haven't trimmed it. I should probably save that for seed. More paprika peppers down there that are still turning red. The scarlet runner beans have gone up and over. I actually had to like get in there and push them to go over and back. Of course, there's these monsters. Those are the chocolate cherry tomato, and those are so sweet. You would not believe. And then my one little cucumber, just so I can have some little snacking cucumbers. No pickles this year, so. And let's try to get it into the camera screen. The tomatillo, the giant tomatillo, is probably, I don't know, a good five feet anyway around now. It's filled the entire pathway. And it's just growing like crazy. I don't know. Here is my secret seed number 1, the beans. And they have beautiful purple flowers and pretty purple beans. So I'm waiting to get enough of those to can or eat. This is my dill and my cilantro, and I've been pulling off the seeds as they turn brown. Here you can see here are some green ones still. So I haven't pulled them yet. But the same with the dill. As the flowers turn brown, I'm coming and trimming them off and then saving those seeds. Do I have any of the dill? There's some of the dill that's still kind of green in the seeds. So you want to wait until it turns brown. And then you pluck it off, put it into something, and then the seeds rub off super, super easy once they're ready. So this little Molly's cherry is still putting out its fruit, but it is super tiny. It's getting kind of old and tired. You can see it's about done. Starting to break off and stuff. But I'm still coming out here and getting 2 or 3 or 4 ground cherries every day. So a lovely little snack just for me. Okay, so I'm using the square foot gardening method. I'm going to put 16 per square foot because I know that I will want to thin them out a little bit when they're, you know, half size and try them. So these are a Boratana onion. I have no idea. It is, does it even tell me? It doesn't tell me if it's an F1 or a non-GMO untreated seeds grower quality. So, and these are from West Coast Seeds, so we'll see how they do. So one of the things that I learned about beans this year is that they take up a lot of room, especially the drying beans. They take up a lot of room, and yeah, what else? They don't yield enough harvest for it to be worthwhile for somebody with a little tiny garden like mine. Like, so far, I've cleared out my bed almost, and I've gotten like 2 jars of dried beans. And really, honestly, for the price of dried beans, why would I grow my own? That's just crazy. So next year there will be no beans. Something else I discovered, well, it's not something I discovered, it's actually something that I knew already, but beets taste like dirt. And I'm probably not going to try growing them again. I didn't do very good with them anyway, but, you know, we did try them, we did eat them, and even the white ones tasted like dirt to me, so I don't know. Anyway, so we're out in the garden today. I'm going to show you, what am I going to show you? I don't know. I don't know what I'll show you today. Pulled the last of my beets from there, and I'm not 100% sure what's going to go in there. Maybe carrots or something. Put onions all down here. In this part, I did the square foot up to this little guy. And then in here, I just sprinkled them. And so I'm just keeping them wet at this point. It's, yeah. Oh, and look at, there's poor Taz out here in the garden. Falling over, falling asleep on the job. There you go, buddy. Keep warm with that plant. Anyway, and then this is empty. I'm not 100% sure what I may just put more onions in there and just turn this into a complete onion bed. So I thought these were supposed to be a bush tomato. But oh my gosh, look at these things, and they're big and heavy and meaty tomatoes, so they might make some fabulous sauce. How dry are we? We're a little bit dry. I'm gonna come and feed everybody a little bit later today. See what happens. But yeah, so there's a ton of tomatoes there. My poor little habanero is under there dying. This guy here is not looking too good. There's one on there. That's a pepperoncini. So, and then over here too, I had to put something here to support them all because they were just falling into the ground. And I didn't want that. And then what's this? This is a pepperoncini too, but it might be too shaded out to really do anything. This is a habanero. It's starting to flower pretty good, so we might be getting some peppers on here. The strawberries are just lost in the jungle there. I need to actually come in here and trim off some of these branches on these ground cherries and trim them back a little bit because they're taking over. Well, I think I might want to wait until this is in the shade and the bees go home because they are all over. They are just all over these tomatillo flowers, so I'm going to leave that for now and I'll come back to it later. They usually go home once it gets shaded. You see who's back there? Can you see that with this? You can't see past much of that, can you? Look it, I'll take you in a little bit closer. Hanging out with the peppers. It's Miss Gail, Miss Beautiful Southern Gail. From Gail's Southern Living. In fact, and I will leave her link down in the bottom. Well, there you go. My back is killing me and I am quitting for the night. I'm going to sit out here in my beautiful garden for a little while and enjoy it. Enjoy the fruits of my labor. So everybody got a good feed, and I trimmed back the tomatillas and I trimmed some of the tomatoes. And what else did I do? I planted some onions, some more onions. Like I said, I'm going to turn that into my onion bed. And then I've decided that over here where I have my tomatoes growing for this fall, I'm actually just going to plant some ground cover. I have something on my teeth. Why didn't you tell me? Sorry. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to just plant nitrogen fixers in there because, you know, of course I'm already planning for next spring's garden and doing some planning on what I'm going to do with a winter garden as well. So I am going to plant some more carrots. We do like having the fresh carrots. I think I'll do them in intervals. Do a patch a week from now until, you know, whatever, October, and they'll do what they do. And what else? Maybe some cabbage, some kohlrabi, and some radishes. I wanted to plant some radishes. Remember back in the spring when my daikon radishes bolted so quickly? They were they were like this big and they were bolted. And yeah, so that really stunk. So I'm going to try growing them in the fall and see if I have better luck. And I can see I don't have a whole lot of battery left. So I'm going to close out this gardening video. And I'm going to say thank you very much for coming and hanging out with me. And if you haven't, you should subscribe and ring that bell. All that fun jazz. Subscribe and like and leave a comment. I love getting comments. I try to, well, I do. I answer all of them. Sometimes it takes me a couple of days, but I answer every comment. So I love you all. Take care of yourself. I will see you soon. Bye now.